Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is a very relevant and important topic, why AI can't be your therapist. I've noticed more and more people are using AI, especially large language models, to talk about their emotions, their struggles, their everyday problems, and even their deepest thoughts, insecurities, and secrets. And while AI can be helpful in many ways, it should never replace actual therapy. I'm not against AI in any way. I use AI every single day and I recognize that it is our future. But it's important that we do recognize that it has limitations. So in this video, I'll be highlighting the reasons why AI can't be your therapist and why relying on it for emotional support instead of going to therapy might not be the best idea. The first reason is that AI is not the same as human intelligence. Even though AI process information and come across sounding very human-like and can come to conclusions that seem very similar to human reasoning, it still isn't the same because the way AI gets to its conclusion is completely different to the way humans come to the same conclusion. AI doesn't think, feel, or experience the world like we do. Even if AI can perfectly mimic human conversation, it's still just predicting the most likely response based on patterns in data. This means that at its core, AI lacks the depth of human cognition, which is essential for true therapy and to reap the benefits of it. Now, I am aware that AI is inspired by human intelligence. It is modeled after human intelligence. But then again, we as humans, we still don't properly fully understand what human intelligence is. We humans are still trying to fully understand human intelligence, emotions, and consciousness. So how can we expect AI, which is modeled after human intelligence, to grasp the complexity of human emotions better than humans can? You see, both AI and human intelligence is still not fully understood by us. So claiming that AI is better is not actually a well-backed up claim. Another important reason why AI doesn't make a good therapist is because AI is controllable by its user, which makes it very unhuman-like. Because human therapists are independent thinkers who can challenge you, disagree with you, offer different perspectives, that maybe say something to you that you don't want to hear, but you actually really need to hear. AI, on the other hand, listens to its user and is designed to align with what you want, the user. You can restart a conversation, delete parts you don't like, or even train an AI to respond in a specific way. This level of control is unnatural and prevents real connection and growth. Therapy is supposed to push you out of your comfort zone, provide you with a new perspective, not just tell you what you want to hear and agree with your current perspectives. One of the biggest dangers of relying on AI for emotional support and for talking through feelings is the confirmation bias. AI doesn't challenge you like a therapist does. It often just reflects back what you already believe. And that is because you will talk to it in a way that it will eventually lead to the answer that you want, because you want to confirm the answer you already have, even if you don't know that you already know the answer. So you will intentionally or unintentionally lead AI to reach the answer that you want. For example, if you're talking to an AI about an argument that you had and you think you were correct in this argument, you will tell AI a very subjective and one-sided story of the argument. So AI will agree with you that, yes, no, you were right in this argument and the person you argued with was wrong. If you have an unhealthy thought pattern that is arising challenges in your life, an AI model might unintentionally reinforce them instead of challenging them. Therapy, on the other hand, helps you identify these unhealthy thought patterns and work through them in a constructive way and then replace them with healthier thought patterns. Another reason worth highlighting is that AI misses a lot of important things that therapists have. Yes, AI have access to an insane amount of data, more than we could ever memorize, but AI doesn't have its own experiences, training, and critical thinking ability like a therapist has. Therapists ask thought-provoking questions that come from their intuition and real-world understanding. AI has none of that. It has no personal experiences, no memories, no relationships, and no ability to truly relate to what you're going through. It can offer genetic advice that sound exactly like what you want to hear, but it lacks the depth of a real human conversation. Remember, therapy is essentially a conversation between the patient and the therapist. A conversation with AI just isn't the same as a conversation with a therapist. The way AI writes and speaks sounds so human-like, but it's an illusion of connection that it creates. AI doesn't have real emotions, it doesn't truly understand you, and it doesn't care about you the way a human would. It's easy to form an emotional attachment to AI, especially if you need regular support that is free and quick to access and quick to respond. And it sounds and writes so human like. But at the end of the day, AI is just a bunch of codes and a machine. Real human connections, even if they're a lot of more work and way more challenging and difficult, is what makes us human. Another reason why some people don't want to go to a real human therapist and rather opt for AI is because AI doesn't judge. But then again, that's not a good thing. Yes, therapists also don't judge in a mean way, but they are not always on your side the way AI is. In real therapy, it's about not always hearing what you want to be heard and not always being agreed to. And it's about getting uncomfortable because growth is uncomfortable. When talking to an AI, it always seems to listen patiently and reply kindly with the words that you want to hear in that moment. And in that moment, you might feel very comforted. But if you want to experience real growth, then you need to feel discomfort sometimes. Therapists are also, they don't judge the way friends or families and strangers and enemies do, but they judge in a rather like professional way in order to benefit you. Well, AI doesn't judge at all, and that's not a good thing. It always is on your side, and that won't actually lead to any growth. Using AI for mental health support might feel comforting in the moment, but it's not a long-term solution, only short-term. AI can give you a temporary sense of relief, but it won't help you work through the deeper issues that therapy addresses. Therapy is about real progress, understanding yourself, improving your mental health, and growing as a person. And yes, it can take years to get there, but the results will be real and long term. AI just can't replace that process and can't give you the long term results you really need. There is a concerning trend on the rise these days where people are slowly replacing human interactions with AI interactions. Instead of talking to multiple people with different perspectives about a problem, you just talk to one AI and you just get that one perspective. This limits the variety of experiences and opinions you are exposed to. Human relationships are complex and messy, but that's what makes them so interesting and meaningful. If we replace real interactions with AI, we risk losing the social complexity that makes us who we are as humans. Essentially, our world will become smaller and smaller. Our social world will not involve multiple people, it will just be us, the user, and AI, the machine. And that is rather concerning. So I think it's better to make your social world bigger and to talk to friends and family and to a therapist. Yes, they might not have all the perfect answers like an AI has because of all the data it has access to, but they still have their own feelings, thoughts, memories, experiences, and real world knowledge that they have gained over the years. I'm not saying that interaction with AI is bad. I just think there are certain things that we should interact AI with, certain topics we should talk to it about, and other topics that we should talk to humans about. Artificial intelligence is inspired by human intelligence, but it is not the same. The best approach is to use both AI and human intelligence together. AI can be a great tool to put all your thoughts together or gain quick access to scientific knowledge, but therapy should still come from human professionals who understand emotions, relationships, and personal growth because they themselves have experienced it. So, to sum it up, AI is a great mental health tool and will only get better over the years, but it's still not a therapist. Therapy is a deeply human experience that should take place between two humans because it requires emotional understanding, real world experience, and personal connection. If you are suffering, AI might offer temporary comfort, but it shouldn't be your only source of support. Seek out human connection, talk to a real therapist or friend, and take the steps needed to grow and heal in a meaningful way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, take care of yourself and keep striving to be the best version of you.